Alright, so today we're out here getting ready to plant, and as you can see we're having to hair this up because it's way too wet to plant. So it's got to be haired up so it'll go ahead and dry. Turning the dirt over lets it go ahead and dry. Got the 8420 right there hooked up to a John Deere 637 haired. And currently we're in the tornado watch, so we're hurrying up to get this before it comes rain tonight, because it's supposed to rain 4 to 5 inches. So maybe we can go ahead and get all this done before any problems present themselves. As you can see, we got the 8420 coming. That tractor is not government protected. It does not have DEF on it, straight out the engine. That's one of the last good tractors John Deere ever made. As you can see, that hair is just taking that rougher dirt over there, flipping it upside down, leaving it pretty, letting it dry out. It's a 32-foot hair, and right now I would say Valentine's probably going 5.5 or 6 miles an hour, so he's covering some acres with it pretty quick. This right here, which I'm gonna have to get a GoPro to mount on spots like this to show it off a little better. This is 637 John Deere disc. It is 32'1". As you can see, it says right there on the tongue. And what it does is these front blades come in and they catch the dirt and that weedy dirt out there. And these front blades will take and turn that dirt over and chop the roots of the weeds and the weeds up. And then them back ones will take and chop the dirt up a little bit more, cut it into a little bit finer bits, and pretty much bury the weeds totally. And then this thing back here is what you call a drag. Now this drag, you cannot back up with it. Ask me how I know. Right there, that's a, well actually that don't look like it was backed up on, but when you back up with these, it just bends them forwards, and that's never a good thing. These drags take and drag along the ground, and they smooth that fine dirt out after it's been run through. Now, some people around here have rolling baskets on them, but the only thing I've ever seen, or I've seen a big problem with those rolling baskets, and that's that they will pick up the sticky mud that we have in this area, and they just get clogged up, and then they make more of a mess than they do. And they do that some too, but I've seen it more out of rolling baskets. And right here, hooked to it, got an 8420 John Deere. I would say it's one of the best tractors John Deere ever made, because it doesn't have DEF on it, doesn't have any sorts of emissions, just a straight, I think it's a 9-liter engine, and that joker pulls. It will pull. In my experience, this will pull that disc faster than an 8320R will. Now, I wanted to hop in here because I know there's a bunch of people watching who might not have ever seen the inside of a tractor cab. And this is about the only thing that's the same as a car. The steering wheel. It's got brake pedals, but not even they are like in a car. Because this is your right one. This is your left brake. And what that does, when you turn around, you can hit this if you're turning right, and it'll make you turn a lot sharper to the right. This is your clutch, which, in these John Deere power shifts, you really don't have to use. Because all you do with these, forward, reverse, and forward, shift up, shift down, and then park. This is your 3-point. These right here are what you use to raise and lower your implement behind you. It's your PTO, and what that is a shaft that sticks out the back. You can't see it, but it powers devices that must spin fast, kind of like a rotary mower type. You spin that on, and it either spins to 540 RPM or 1000 RPM, based on whichever one you have. This adjusts your 3-point right here for the right height, so when you hit the button, it goes where you want it to. This is a max engine RPM setting, all your AC controls. And this tractor doesn't have GPS in it. I mean, you could put the screen and everything in here, and it's nothing, just plug it in. Right now it doesn't, so Valentine, he's steering it like old style, but you know, that GPS saves time, but in cases like pulling this, it's not really necessary at all. Now back here, this is your hitch, obviously. A lot stronger than a truck hitch. It's got a big pin too. That is your 3-point right there. It's got 1,000 RPM only on this tractor, meaning it will go to 1,000 and lower than 1,000, but you cannot swap it out for one that'll only go to 540. This is your 3-point. It's called a 3-point because these 3 points make contact with pins on whatever implement you're trying to pull, and those pins sit down in here, and then you hit this lever up here, and it locks that over the pin so it can't come out, and then you can raise and lower it like that. That's your hydraulic hookups. Those hoses are run to the big cylinders on the wheels, which raise and lower it, and then there's another set of hoses that runs to the wings that fold up so you can transport this thing down the road. All right, everybody, I'm out here today disking up some land with the 32-foot 637 on the 8420, and I am running about 6.6 actually. As you can see, I'm steering the tractor, ain't got no GPS. 6.5, about 4 days after it rained, all that. 32 feet at a time at 6.5, and we cover some ground. Old 8420, she rolls. This old girl's got some big time power behind her. The only thing better about an R Series than this old 8420 is the sound system. As you can see, I got a speaker down there because the sound system's not so great in this thing. But hey, you can't ask for that much when this tractor's as good as it is. Y'all, the other day I was talking about the watermelons being sanded, and as you can see, just for the northerners whose dirt holds water a lot better than ours does, it rained 1.5 inches 3 days ago. And that little tan tint right there about my hand, that is dust where wind's blowing and hitting that sand, that sandy dirt, and blowing it. And what that does is that hits them watermelons and tears them leaves. Like, as you can see, it rained 1.5 inches 3 days ago, and if I start this 8420 up, watch the dust. You can see the dust start rolling. Our dirt does not hold moisture long, and it does not hold fertilizer long. So we're out here. This is unhaired dirt. We got the 8420 in the hair right here. Something I wanted to show y'all is this. This is where it's unhaired. And as you can see, this dirt has got weeds in it. And it's hard, or it's harder. It's more firm. Like this weed right here. So what the hair does, truly, is it comes right in here. As you can see, this dirt's been loosened way up. Almost all of the weeds have been covered up. And the reason you do that is because if you brought the bedder out here, a bunch of these plants, see, the bedder comes through with shanks and goes deep to hit the hard pan and to bring up moisture. And then it's got 2 discs that come through and kind of take the dirt and throw it up into a bed to hold more moisture. And if you did that right now, it would throw a bunch of these plants into that bed, and that would make a nasty bed that's not very fit to plant into. And on top of that, it would make a bunch of these plants would drag in the shanks on the bedder, and it just will make a mess. So if you come in and hair right before it, that's always the better thing to do because it cleans it up. 8420's down. It's almost out of hydraulic oil, and it's making a terrible racket when you try to pull the hair. So I reckon we're gonna go park it for the day. Can't get no hydraulic oil today. Not John Deere anyway, so I reckon that's all for the peanut land prep today. Didn't get too far before it started squealing, so I'm gonna go park it. Ain't no sense in running it with low oil. Gonna screw something up worse than it could already be. So thank y'all for watching, and I hope you like or subscribe. We're out here working on 8420, trying to get it fixed. Added hydraulic oil, still doing it. About to put even more in. But this is farming on a Saturday afternoon, y'all. My shirt is ruined. My pants are ruined. I have hydraulic oil on my socks. Everything on me is covered in hydraulic oil. Even my new hat. My new hat's screwed up. But that's just farming on a Saturday afternoon now, isn't it? Well, everybody, I managed to make it home about 8:30. Hopped in the shower. And now I'm here. We managed to get some hydraulic oil. Put that in, then realized it wasn't empty. Just the tube looked empty, but it was actually completely full. So that wasn't the problem. Called the best John Deere mechanic I know. And the only thing we can figure is a hose running to the turbo is loose, and that squealing noise is actually a noise from boost pressure slipping out of the hose of just a leak somewhere. So we're going to take a break tomorrow on Sunday, and we'll get right back to it Monday morning. Try to get that mess fixed, and then we hope we'll get it fixed, and it's not nothing major. So thank you for watching. And earlier I said something. I pointed at the PTO and called it a 3-point. So I just wanted to make sure you knew the first time I say something is a 3-point, that's actually the PTO. But thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Like and subscribe if you did. Thank you.